Now we will see one practical you can say code example of how to implement the pointers and typedef operator. Okay, so I'm taking this one example where I have to create 3 pointer variables using my own data type, that is with the help of typedef, and I will use that in this example. And if you haven't seen the last lecture, you have to go there first to understand what are pointers and what is typedef operators, its syntax and all that stuff. Okay, so here you will just use it. So see over here, as I've told that we have to use this typedef operator, means I have to declare my own data type for the pointers. So as we have discussed, the syntax for creating the own type is, here we have to, first of all, we have to write our own variable name. Okay, and that variable name will be your data type, your new type. Okay, so this p byte is going to my new data type, like d word, byte, q word, like that. It will also be a type. And then you have to write this typedef ptr as it is. This is the reserved word. You have to write this as it is whenever you are going to create your own type. And then here this byte indicates, this type indicates that this p byte is going to point to an array or variable whose type will be byte. Okay, so similarly over here, this is my name of the variable, that is it will now become my new data type. This is my new data type. Then this typedef of ptr has to come as it is, and it means, this word means that this p word is going to point to an array or element whose type will be word. Okay, and similarly over here, this is my new type, and it is going to point to the array or element whose type is d word. Okay, so remember, we are creating these 3 pointers, or you can say these 3 our types to be used for pointers, because this typedef or own definition of type is basically used in pointers. Okay, so after we have created our types, now we can use them in the program. But remember one thing, that we have to define these types outside the data segment, not inside. Okay, now inside my data segment, I'm declaring 3 arrays. Okay, these are my 3 arrays. One is of byte, word and d word. And now I want to create pointers for each of these arrays. One pointer that will point to this array, another that will point to this, and like this. Okay, so see over here, as we have discussed in the syntax part of pointers, that first of all we have to write the name for our pointer variable. So this is my pointer variable name, and this p byte, here we used to write what? We used to write the type. Okay, so my type is, my new type is what? P byte. And why I'm writing only this p byte and not p word? Because I know that this pointer 1 is, I'm going to point this pointer 1 to for the array b, and array b's type is byte, right? And similarly over here, this p byte with this pointer or this new type is going to point to an array whose type will be byte. So here its type is byte, so I have to use the type here p byte. You cannot use p word or any other here. So this is my new type, and here I will write the name of the array whom it is going to point. This ptr1 is pointing to this array b, means this array b whose type is byte, and here is type is byte, means it is going to point to byte type. Okay, so similarly over here, this ptr2 is my pointer variable, means this is my pointer, and this p word means that it is going to point to an array whose type is what? Word. And here that array is array w, name of the array is array w, so here you have to write its name, that is array w. And similarly over here, but remember one thing, that this block and this block is different from each other. Here you are defining your own data type, you are not creating pointers, remember. Okay, you are just defining your own type, that is p byte, p word and pd word. Okay, but here inside my data segment I'm declaring my own pointers. These three are the pointers. This pointer 1 of type my own data type, that is p byte, is going to point to this array b, that is the base address of this array. This ptr2 is my pointer which is going to point to array w, that is the base address of this array, and ptr3 is my pointer who is going to point to array d, its base address of array d. So these are my pointer variables of type this one, that is I have just declared over here. Okay, so now if you have understood how to create your own type and create the pointers in the data segment, now in the code segment, that is over here, we will use these pointers to access the array elements. Okay, so see over here, now we are going to use pointers to access our data. Okay, so firstly what I am doing, see over here, I am moving in ESI. This ESI is my index register, extended source index. Okay, so in case of arrays, when we have to store the address in the registers, we use the ESI registers normally in protected mode. Okay, so if I am moving this ptr1, that is the base address of which array? ptr1 means what? It is pointing to the base address of array b, that is this array. This ptr1 is directly bringing me to this array's base address. So pointer holds what? It holds the address of another variable. So the ptr1 is holding the address of array b, and that base address which is over here is getting stored in ESI, that is the source index register. Okay, so here just the base address is getting stored, no any value but the base address. Okay, and now in the next statement what I am doing, these square brackets over ESI means that we are actually dereferencing that address to access its element. Whatever is lying in the base address of ptr1, that is this array b, is now being accessed. Its element is being accessed by these square brackets. So now see over here, when we have moved the base address of this array b in ESI, suppose we have moved the base address of this 10 in ESI, and then this brackets mean that the address means the element at this address at the first index is what? It is 10. The element is 10. So now after this statement, the 10 gets stored in AL, but here this 10 is not getting stored in ESI, only the base address is getting stored. But with the help of these square brackets, then we can access the value at that address. Suppose I want to access this second element, right? But we know that index starts from 0, so this is at the first index. So if I want to access this one, I have to write ESI plus 1, right? So suppose now I want to access the first element of this array w. So which pointer is pointing to this array? This ptr2 is pointing to the array w. So now in order to access its element, I have to move this ptr2 in my index register, right? So here I am moving my ptr2 in my index register, and with the help of these square brackets I am accessing the value at that base index, that is the first value is getting accessed. This ESI means ESI plus 0, okay, the value at the 0th index or the base address value. Fine. So similarly in this ptr3 is pointing to this array d, which means that the base address of this array gets stored in ESI, and now with the help of the square brackets we can access this value 4. Okay, like I have done over here, and that's the end of this code. Exit main and end main, that is the part of the format. So you can also, if you want, you can print these values by the help of writing the function or method called write_int, as we have seen in the previous lectures. Okay, so this is the basic you can say funda of how you access the elements of an array using pointers, and those pointers are not going to be built-in types, but they are of our own data types. Okay, so now I hope you know how to use the pointers, and it's your own, how to create your own type. So this is it for this lecture, so thank you.